Yo, Deeper Than Soca, this is Sedale, and right now I'm here chilling with Dazzle Spotlight.
This Christmas, Shake to Win just got bigger! Now, when you purchase a Digicel Prime Bundle in the My Digicel app and Shake to Win, you can share your prize. So shake more and share more. Digicel, better together this Christmas.
So I'm Sedale. I'm an artist from St. Lucia. I have been singing professionally from since 2014, I would say, and I have been in the soca industry since then, performing around the place in St. Lucia, internationally as well. I've also branched out into not doing just music, but doing events as well. I have two staple events for St. Lucia Carnival, JOB and Transcend. And boy, we can't wait for St. Lucia to open back again for us to do that. Yeah, man. I started getting into music from since I was small. I used to DJ. A lot of people don't know that. I used to DJ. I was part of a sound called Infrared Sounds, and eventually I decided that I wanted to not just play music, but I wanted to create music. So I decided to become an artist, and I wrote and recorded my first song in 2007, I want to say. Yeah. My first song was actually called Roll Deep. And Roll Deep was a phrase me and my friends used to say. So if we go into a party, we say, boy, we go in there deep, we're rolling deep. And that's how that song came about. And I recorded that song in New York. Sean Mastermind Noel was the one who produced it and recorded it. And he actually was one of the band members in Bungie Garland's band. And he was a renowned producer, so it was only right that I linked up with him. And we did two songs, and that's what got the ball rolling. I continued to record throughout the years, but I was only singing part-time. I wasn't really a full-time artist. I was in school, and I didn't really have time to do the whole artist thing full-time. In 2014 is when I made the big jump to being a full-time artist. And many people may know me for Pandemonium, which is my breakout song. And when that song dropped, that song changed my life. Because I was actually at the point where I was going to give up on music. Because I felt like I was, releasing music for so many years. And I wasn't really getting any recognition for the releases. And I said to myself, boy, you see that song? If this song don't take off, I done with music. And it happened to take off, so I am very thankful for that, because that has already started the ball rolling with my professional career, and the rest is history, like they say. Well, Infrared Sounds right now is one person. I still represent for Infrared. Infrared always be part of me, but I'm more on the artistry side of things, and I have another brand. My current brand is Deeper Than Soca, and Deeper Than Soca and Infrared is like, brother brands. So big up Infrared, big up Sal, you already know my G. And right now I'm just focused on, creating more music, as well as creating more events here in St. Lucia and other places as well. Well, the phrase "Deeper Than Soca" actually came from Rick Ross. Rick Ross had an album called Deeper Than Rap, and myself and Orion was the other co-founder of Deeper Than Soca. Some of you may know Orion from selling CMOS in town. So that is who alongside of me who came to create Deeper Than Soca. That for us, Deeper Than Soca, it meant that we were going to show people that the music goes deeper than what you just see on stage or what you hear. We wanted to give people insight into what it was to be a soca artist. Eventually, the brand grew where we started wearing T-shirts with the Deeper Than Soca on it, and people used to be so intrigued by the shirt and the phrase. So we started selling T-shirts, and that helped the brand grow even more. while all this time we're still doing music, so the brand is growing through the merchandise, and then we're doing music as well. So people, bought into what we were doing, and eventually Orion kind of semi-retired. You'll have to ask him. And then I continued to do my thing with the music, and eventually we did an event called Transcend. 2015 was the first year we did Transcend, and let me tell you, it was a very nerve-wracking thing because I felt personally that this is how Transcend came about. Let me tell you, Transcend came about because I was fed up that I used to literally be begging promoters to be on their shows, and I always used to get, denied, or if I was on the show, they wouldn't want to pay me or pay me very little money. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just do my own show. That way, I don't have to ask anybody to be on the show. I get to do my own show. I get to have more control of my destiny. So that's how Transcend came about the first year in 2015. And it was very challenging. I had never done an event of that magnitude. And I have to big up the whole team as well. It was definitely not only me. I have to big up the whole DTS team. I'm happy to say that the first year went very well. We had Lyrical, and we also had International Steven on that show. And ever since, we've been having Transcend, and it has become a staple in the carnival season. And we also introduced JOB Boat Ride, which I'm very happy to see as well has grown in popularity so much. And a lot of people, locals and foreigners alike, look forward to coming to St. Lucia, particularly for these events. So I'm happy. So far, it's been working out, and I'm looking forward to doing even more events and growing the existing events that we have right now. I see myself how I'll do this. I'll compare myself to somebody like Jay-Z. I remember reading an article about Jay-Z and how his assets and his worth were separated. And it was interesting to know that most of his net worth was from business ventures outside of music. And I say all this to say that Jay-Z is somebody who used music as a catapult to go into different industries. So he has the alcohol, clothing line. People may know Tidal as well, the music streaming service. So I kind of want to follow that same plan where I love music. Music will always be, something that is dear to my heart. And I want to use music to now propel myself into other industries. We've been doing merchandise, like I mentioned earlier. We've even had a school tour where we go to different schools and we share our stories as artists and creatives with the intent to promote the arts in St. Lucia. I also want to get into fashion. I think people know me for being, somewhat fashionable. So I definitely want to get into that. And whatever other business that I think is viable for me and profitable as well, I want to do that. I believe in ownership. I'm very big on ownership. So I believe everything that I have my hands in, I have to have ownership in it. Because I believe in generational wealth. When I have my children, I want to be able to hand stuff down to them. And I think that's something that everybody should, aspire to do as well. So that's how I see myself. I see myself not only as an artist, but I see myself as a business person as well. I have amazing friends. That is my support, friends and family. I always say that my friends are part of DTS, and they are not only part of it, but it is part of them as well. And anytime I have to do something, they're always there to support me and ensure that whatever we do is of a high standard. So they definitely are my support. And of course, I get support from, the supporters. I don't like to call people fans. I don't know. That word does make me cringe. So I like I like the people who support me are also the supporters who might send a message on Instagram or meet you in the street and they say, yo, I like your music, or I was at Transcending and I was so good. So that's where my support comes from. The song Miss Melanin came about during lockdown. This is in April. April, yeah. I wrote that song in April. I was just looking at what was going on in the world. I think even the whole Black Lives Matter thing too kind of was in my subconscious as well. And then it just hit me. It hit me that black women have been underrepresented in the media. And then when they are represented, a lot of times there's this stereotypical imagery attached to them. So I wanted to do something different where we not only acknowledge black women, but we celebrate them. And that's where the song came from. During lockdown, the interesting thing is when we just went on lockdown, I wasn't feeling creative because everything that was going on in the world, all the uncertainty, the fact that Carnival had gotten postponed as well, all that kind of deterred me from doing music. And then when I kind of got out of that funk, that's when the whole Miss Melanin idea came about. And then the other thing too, musically speaking, it's different for me. It's a reggae song really, and people have never heard me on that type of track. So it was important for me to get the message out there, of course. And also the other thing, I wanted to show people that I was a versatile artist. That I could do soca, I could do reggae, I could do dancehall as well. Also, I decided that we were going to do a video for it. And the video, I got some inspiration for the video by watching some L'Oreal commercials. I looked at L'Oreal, Maybelline commercials. In my head, I already knew what I wanted it to look like. And then I remembered these commercials kind of have that look. So I used to look at them, and if you know them, I'm pretty sure the ladies do. You look at these commercials and you see this white background or a plain background, and it's a lot of close-ups because of course they want to show off the skin of the ladies and whatnot. And I said to myself, yo, that's what I want to do. I want to do something similar like that, but I want it to be in a studio. And I ran that idea by International Steven, and he's like, yo, you know what would be cool? If you played the photographer in the video. And I was like, yo, that is a mad idea. So that's what we did. I ran the idea by the videographer, Wendell from ICAS, and he executed it beyond my expectations. When I saw that first draft of that video, I was blown away. I'm like, I sent him a 4-minute voice note, and I said, bro, after this one, I feel your price going up, because you did amazing on the project. So big up Wendell from ICAS. Also, a lot of people were a bit intrigued how we rolled out the video, the marketing behind it. Before, we didn't even announce we were going to release a video. All we did was release different magazine covers of the various ladies in the video, and everybody was intrigued. They were like, oh, Sedale dropping a magazine? I didn't know Sedale was into, that kind of thing. And I'm like, at 8 o'clock, you're going to get your full copy of the magazine. And at 8, we released the music video. So people are like, oh, that's what he was doing. And I pride myself on that as well. I pride myself on coming up with creative ways to promote my music and my various projects. So I feel like we did a good job with that one. And I'm happy how the song and video is being received as well. Chorus. Because she skin like cocoa, oh, oh. And she jiggle like jello, oh, yeah. She's my Miss Melanin. So in the chorus, it's a very descriptive song. So in the chorus, I'm just describing how a melanin looks. A melanin looks like cocoa, and black people, black women in particular, love to dance. So I say she jiggle like jello. And at the end, I'm saying she's my Miss Melanin. So I'm saying she is the woman for me, the black woman for me. So verse 1. Boom. Got your melanin hot, got your melanin burning, burning. Full lips and your thighs so thick. Yeah. Brown eyes and your hair so curly, curly. Dark skinned woman, you the one for me. So you me now, so. So, the first verse, like I said, it's a very descriptive song. So I say, got your melanin hot, got your melanin burning. So I'm basically gassing up the black woman, telling her like, yo, your melanin hot, it's burning, you're looking good. Like, you know, you the ish. That kind of vibe there. Smooth skin and your thighs so thick. I think black women are known to be voluptuous. So I'm explaining how the thighs are thick and of course the brown eyes as well. And I say dark skinned woman, you the one for me. So I'm saying after I describe her physical attributes, I'm saying you the one for me. That is what I want. And then the pre-chorus, it goes, the black are the berry, the sweet are the juice, no ordinary, with a sweet attitude, pretty, pretty, pretty little dark-skinned girl, I really, really wanna rock your world. So that part, I'm saying the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice. And I think that's a very popular phrase when people describe black people. I've seen it in a lot of American music and movies and so on. So I figure, let me use that phrase there. It'll catch people. And basically it's saying the darker you are, the better you are. Then I say no ordinary with a sweet attitude. So I'm saying she's not your typical woman. She's not ordinary. And she has a sweet attitude. She has a very lovable attitude, a attitude that you'd want to be around. Let's see attitude. And I say pretty, pretty, really dark skin girl. I really, really want to rock your world. Now, rock your world is not necessarily anything sexual, but it for me, at least when I wrote the song, for me, rock your world means that I wanted to give you the world. Whatever you want, black woman, I want to give it to you. And I think that's another thing that needs to be done more. We need to cater to our black women even more. So that's what that line means. Verse 2, say, got your body up top, intelligent, you a real boss, darling. Personality, girl, I loving it. Yeah, 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 yeah. And anywhere I go, have to show appreciation because you the backbone of the nation, dark-skinned woman. Yeah, 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 yeah. So I say, got your body up top, intelligent, you're a real boss. And up top, that was a thing I get from Up Top Boss from Jamaica. So when they say your body up top, that means your body is it, your body lit. So again, describing physical attributes. And then the other thing I wanted to do, I didn't want it to make the song only about her physical attributes. I wanted to also talk about her mind. And I said, intelligent, you are a real boss. So for me, I wanted to show a black woman in a leadership type of way. So her being a boss is her being a leader. And I think we have a lot of very good black women leaders. So I wanted to say that as well. And I say personality, I love in it. Anywhere I go, I have to show appreciation because you the backbone of the nation, dark-skinned woman. So for me, I feel like, again, black women are not only underappreciated, but they are undervalued, where they essentially are the backbone of the nation. They hold up the nation with what they do. So, and that could mean they being, mothers. A lot of people have to realize being a mother is a very challenging job. So you have a lot of black women who raise a lot of black kings and queens. So for me, that was a very important line because it shows the value that black women bring to our society. So that's why I said, you the backbone of the nation, dark-skinned woman. Yeah, man. So there's the bridge. The bridge goes, got your melanin sexy. I got your melanin sexy. I got your melanin sexy. So that part, of course, I mean, is self-explanatory. I'm just explaining how attracted I am to the black woman. And for me, this may sound like something that, everybody should know, but it's not always portrayed that way in the media, where a lot of times we see light skin and we associate that with, an attractive woman. So I, again, want to reiterate that black woman, you are sexy. So I'm telling her, your melanin is sexy, and you shouldn't be ashamed of your melanin. It's something that should be celebrated. It's something that should be, sought after, because that's how valuable it is. Yeah, man. My kings, my queens. Again, Sedale here, and I want you guys to make sure you follow me on social media. I am on Instagram, Sedale_DTS. You can follow me there. You can also follow me on Twitter, Sedale Music, or on Facebook. You could just search for my name, Sedale DTS. You'll find me. Just add me up, send me a message, DM me, whatever. I dare to talk. We're in a pandemic, we ain't doing nothing. So you might as well DM me. Let me just hold a little vibes, a little meds. You don't know the thing, my kings, my queens. And don't forget to make sure you subscribe to Dazzle Magazine on YouTube. Then no, click the thing. Subscribe. Yeah, man.